Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and I am Louise. So today I want to talk about my regrets while I was at university, so you don't make the same mistake as I did. So the first point I want to make is that I regret not going to more school events. So remember COVID? So I had 1 year where I stayed at home, just like the rest of the world, where most students stay at home during the COVID pandemic and studied online. However, when I went there as a sophomore to university and junior and senior, I realized that I didn't take the most out of it. I should have attended more football games, more dances, more clubs. And I realized that I should have done this until it was like senior year, until it was like too late. So I suggest that if you are entering college right now, join as many activities as you can, because joining more, it's better than joining less, I guess, in a sense, because you could join so many but then you could like drop them later on. Of course, if it has like a high commitment and you have to be in that club, then that's another issue. But I would suggest joining a lot of clubs, and then after 1 or 2 months, you could see which ones you want to join anymore and see which one you find interesting or find your passion. So I think I would have looked into more ASUC activities, looked into more other volunteer activities, and probably joined a hobby club such as dancing. So I did try out for dancing. I didn't get in, but I think I should have tried it out earlier and did more fun stuff then. So on to the second point. The second point I want to make is to take more PE classes. Yes, I regret not taking more PE classes, and you may be wondering why. So PE classes sounds like a high school thing, right? Where you take PE or a sport and that goes towards your credits. But college is different, and no one says you have to do a PE class in order to pass high school, I regret not taking more PE classes because I learned about these PE classes pretty late. I always told myself that I didn't have time for these things. But when I started taking them, I realized I did have time and I was just not prioritizing these PE classes or my health. When I first took the yoga class, I was amazed. I learned so many yoga techniques, and most of all, how to de-stress by breathing. That 2 hours per week was probably the most amazing experience I had during those stressful years in college, because I was able to really take care of my health and make sure that I was attending this class to help my health and build on my health. So if you have PE classes at your university, I suggest you taking at least one of them, because they don't really take that much time. For example, at my university, they were actually pass no pass, so very low stress level class. When you're there, you can free your mind from all these academics. And what's amazing about taking a class like this is that you are dedicated to going there every week, whenever your class is, and you have so much fun because you're not just doing this alone. You're not exercising or doing yoga or swimming alone. You're doing it with your peers and a teacher that could guide you. So you have like a community of people that you could talk to and de-stress with. So really suggest that you go try it out. My third regret at university is that I watched too much TV. Okay, you may be wondering why again. So I would actually tell myself to watch less TV if I were to go back to university. TV causes a lot of time. You can binge watch like shows and C-dramas or K-dramas, Netflix, Disney Plus all day and every day, right? If you're mindlessly just like scrolling on YouTube or just like watching it mindlessly, it actually declines your mental health and maybe even your physical health, because you're just like sitting all day. Of course, watching TV once in a while is not gonna hurt you, but that is one thing I would have done less if I was more mindful of my actions. So when I was at university, whenever I ate dinner or had downtime, I would just hop on my computer and type in the newest C-dramas or K-dramas. Because I am a great fan of C-dramas, I'll be like, ooh, that one just popped out. I really want to watch that one. And so I'll just click it, and then before you know it, I start watching like 2 hours before I go back to studying. But I realized that that time could have been spent somewhere else. It could have been more spent with friends, maybe reading a book, maybe doing some meditating, some journaling, maybe going to the gym with friends, going out of town instead of staying stuck at home all day. So I realized that a lot of time that we spend on watching TV, we don't even notice it go away. And we don't even notice that this time could have been spent prioritizing your health, your mind, your relationships, your career. So what I'm trying to say is not that don't watch TV. I'm just saying that when you watch TV, you should watch it mindfully. You should have the intention that when you're watching TV, you're actually doing it. Not because you're lazy or you're procrastinating, but you actually want to watch it. And I have been doing this more in my life where if I decide to watch TV, I'm like, is this the right time to watch it? Am I actually going to watch it mindfully and not think about so many other things or tasks I need to do while watching it? If you're not watching it with intention, I suggest that you use this time to do other more intentional things. So the last point I want to make is that I actually regret not journaling more. When I was at university, I had this little diary, like a notebook, where I kept recordings of the day and what I did and how I felt during that day. But it only lasted for a couple months before I stopped writing and couldn't keep up the momentum of it. I regret not journaling because I realized after university, when I started journaling more, like once or twice a week, about my life and reflections about my life, I learned a lot more about myself. I learned to connect my thoughts and how I really felt. When you write on paper physically, you can see like how you're feeling. You can see why you're feeling that way. And you can see how you have improved as a person or could have done things better. There's all these like reflections once you pour out your thoughts onto paper that you could see them physically. Because a lot of times when I was at university, sometimes obviously there would be a lot of stress academically, especially when you have clubs to manage, when you have this or that, when you have to cook, when you have to sleep, when you have to plan out events for friends, etc. There's just so many things going on in life that you have to balance out, right? Sometimes there would be a lot of thoughts that rush into my head, and at one point suddenly you just like break. You just suddenly like want to cry, want to stay in bed all day and not do anything. When I had these moments, I realized that journaling could have been really helpful. It lets you really reflect on your thoughts and know more about yourself actually. Because when I was at university, when these thoughts all came rushing at me, I didn't know where to put them. Like it was just stuck in my head, and I would just like spend probably minutes thinking about them all day and every day. It added this extra stress on top of my stress. If I were to go back to university, I definitely would have tried more journaling. You could also try that too if you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior in college right now, or if you're just in college in general. So those were my 4 main regrets while I was at university. Definitely I had probably more regrets, but those were some of the things that I wanted to share with you. So please let me know what you regret not doing in university, or what you regret not doing so far if you're still in university. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!